Welcome, deep divers. A really warm welcome if you are joining us for the very first time at the PodX studio. Great to have you with us. For anyone new here, our mission is pretty simple. Our deep dive today is into the fascinating world of identification of adjective in English grammar. Get ready to unlock the secrets of everyday language. So let's start it. How to identify an adjective. Adjectives are describing words. Or we can say here, adjective describes or modify nouns and pronouns. It means it can come before and after the noun. It can come before the noun as well and after the noun as well. Let's move further. For example, the clever fox defeated the brave lion. Here, clever describes the noun fox. That's why the clever is adjective here. Here again, the brave describes the noun lion. Lion is a noun here and brave is adjective here. Second example. The doctor says that it is a hopeless case. Again, case is a noun here. And hopeless is describing the noun. Or you can say the case. That's why the hopeless is what? It's adjective. Let's move with the third example. She is smarter enough to deal with the situation. She is smarter. A smarter is describing what? She. She is a pronoun here. Smart describes the pronoun she. Let's move with the fourth example. Some students helped her to do work. Here, some describes the noun. The noun here is a student. And some is describing the noun. That's why the some is what? Adjective. Absolutely right. Let's move with the fifth example. The first chapter of the book is very interesting. Here the first describe the noun. Chapter. Here it is chapter and first is describing the noun. And here is again interesting. Describes noun a book. Book is a noun here again. And interesting is describing the book. Types of adjective usage. If the adjective is coming after the verb, that's called a predicative adjective. Okay. It will follow like is, was, were, helping verb, or you can say the linking verb. For example, Ram is smart. Smart is adjective and is a linking verb, or you can say the helping verb. Second, attributive. Comes directly before the noun. Okay, but keep in mind that it will come before the noun. For example, he is a smart boy. Boy is a noun here, and smart is describing the noun. That's why it's called attributive adjective. Okay, let me tell you the degree. What is degree? Adjective degrees. Degrees are those that we learned when we were child, like go, went, gone. Go, went, gone. This is called the first degree, second degree, and the third degree. So it is categorized in that is called the positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Positive degree means the basic form, like go, normal. It describes a noun without comparison. For example, she is a smart student. Here the smart is describing the student, single student, without comparison with others. Okay, without comparison. Second, comparative degree. It will compare the two things. For example, she is smarter than her brother. Here she is comparing with her brother. And she is smarter than her brother. Okay, when two things compare, you can call them comparative degree. The third one is that superlative degree. What is superlative degree? It compares three or more things. For example, she is the smartest student in the class. It means there's a lot of students in the class and she is comparing with a lot of students. Let's move further. What are adjectives and determiners? Adjectives are the describing verbs. It provides more information about the noun and pronouns. What is determiner? Determiner introduce a noun and provide context such as a quantity or specific. They are a special type of adjective. In the old English, the determiner was adjective. In the modern English, they separated the adjective and determiner into the two categories. So determiner will be some uniqueness should be there. Example of adjective determiners in sentence. The clever fox defeated the brave lion. Here, the clever is describing the fox. Okay. And determiners are like those who don't have any degree. These are the uniqueness and special characters or the special words. For example, the. You cannot say the, there, them. You cannot say that. There is only one degree. Okay. So clever is adjective. And the again is a determiner. Brave is adjective because it's describing a lion. Second one. The doctor say it is a hopeless case. Here again, it don't have any degree. That's why it's a determiner. Hopeless is adjective because it's describing the case. Let's move with the third one. She is smarter enough to deal with the situation. Here again, the smart, you can say that it's adjective because it's telling about the noun. And noun is here is she. And if we know that the smart have some degrees like smart, smarter, smartest. That's why here smart is not a determiner. Enough deal with the situation. Yeah, here's no determiner. Let's move with the fourth one. Some students helped her to do the work. Here's some. Again, it's a determiner. Why? Because the some have no degree. You cannot say the some, or summest. That's why it's only one degree. Or the unique word, you can say. That's why here the some is a determiner. Let's move with the fifth one. The first chapter of the book is very interesting. Here there is a determiner. First is showing what? Chapter. That's why it's adjective determiner, you can say that because it don't have a degree as well. First, firster, fastest, you cannot say that. Okay. So of the book is a very interesting. Very interesting. Here the interesting is telling about what? The interesting is telling about the book, which is noun as well. I told you about the adjective and determiner. Determiner are those who are the uniqueness. Who have a unique and have no degree. Okay. And there are some special words. And they are not determiner. They are adjective. That's why we call them the absolute adjectives. These adjectives describe a quality that is absolute, cannot be compared. They do not have compare or superlative forms. Okay. For example, perfect, unique, ideal. These are the three words who are the adjective, but not determiners. That's why it's called the absolute adjectives. A huge thank you for turning into the PodX studio for this deep dive into the adjective identification. We really hope this journey into the foundation of English grammar as fascinating as we did. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not done. You make sure you ring the notification bell icon. That way you will not miss our next episode of English grammar. Stay curious. Until next time, everyone.